They walked onto the stage like any other act. For performers, calm, focused, dressed in simple black costumes. The judges exchanged glances, unsure what to expect. The host whispered into the microphone, "You're about to see something truly special." The audience went quiet. No one had any idea what was coming next. The music started soft at first, then building with rhythm. A spotlight hit center stage, revealing the lead performer smiling with confidence. And then, in a single flash of fabric, her dress changed color. Gasps rippled through the theater. 1 second, that's all it took. The judges leaned forward, eyes wide. "Did that just happen?" One of them whispered. Before the crowd could process what they saw, it happened again. A twirl, a shimmer, and the outfit transformed completely, from deep red to bright gold. Every beat of the song matched a new transformation. It wasn't magic in the traditional sense. It was choreography, precision, and pure stage artistry. The group moved in perfect synchronization. Each motion felt like a trick of the light, but it wasn't. The audience could see it happening. No cuts, no edits, no camera tricks. Yet it still looked impossible. The energy grew with every second. Every costume told a story, from elegance to rebellion, from fantasy to fire. The second performer, a tall dancer with sharp movements, stepped forward. As the beat dropped, his outfit exploded in a burst of color. Black into silver, silver into white. The crowd roared. The third performer spun behind him, her dress morphing into a cascade of shimmering sequins. The fourth jumped forward, flipping midair, and landed in a completely new costume. People in the audience stood up, phones raised, trying to catch the moment. Even watching through the screen wouldn't make it easier to believe. This was performance art taken to another level. The camera zoomed in on the judges. One was covering her mouth in disbelief, eyes sparkling. Another judge leaned forward with a grin, whispering, "This is unbelievable." The host backstage shook his head in awe. Every few seconds, another transformation hit, faster, brighter, cleaner. But what no one saw was the preparation. Months of sewing, designing, testing. These performers weren't just dancers. They were creators. Their act was a fusion of fashion, music, and illusion. Every hidden fold of fabric, every hidden clip and magnet was planned to perfection. The secret wasn't just in the costumes. It was in the timing, the trust, and the heartbeat that united them. As the second verse of the song began, the lights dimmed slightly, leaving only a single spotlight on the lead performer. Her face glowed with determination. She took a deep breath and stepped forward. The music softened. With a graceful motion, she raised her arms, and in an instant, her entire outfit changed into a glowing gown covered in tiny crystals that reflected every ray of light. The audience gasped collectively, as if witnessing something supernatural. She turned slowly, allowing the lights to catch every sparkle. Then, as the tempo built again, the group moved together, fast, coordinated, breathtaking. At this point, even the judges couldn't stay still. One of them clapped along with the beat. Another laughed out loud in disbelief. The crowd had become part of the show, cheering after each transformation, shouting, clapping, waiting for the next surprise. Halfway through, the performers paused. The stage went dark for a heartbeat, just long enough to make everyone hold their breath. And then, boom, a flash of light erupted, and all four stood in completely new costumes. The shift was instant, seamless, like flipping reality itself. The camera zoomed in on the audience, open mouths, wide eyes, hands covering faces. The tension in the air was electric. The group's coordination was flawless, every gesture timed down to the millisecond. They weren't just performing, they were controlling time. Then came the bridge of the song. The tempo slowed, the lighting softened to a cool blue. For the first time, their movements were slower, more emotional. The lead performer stepped forward, reaching out as if inviting the audience into their world. Her costume slowly faded from gold to deep midnight blue as the others circled around her. The atmosphere turned dreamlike, less spectacle, more emotion. And then the final act began. A drum roll echoed through the hall. The lights began to pulse with the rhythm. The four friends gathered in the center of the stage, back to back, forming a circle. The crowd started chanting, knowing something big was coming. The beat dropped, the group spun outward, and in that single synchronized movement, everything changed. Costumes burst into a final explosion of color and light. Reds, blues, golds. It was as if fireworks had taken the form of fabric. The entire theater erupted. The audience jumped to their feet, clapping and shouting. The judges stood too, for standing ovations. One judge shouted over the noise, "That was unreal." Another said, "This isn't just talent. This is magic." Tears glistened in the eyes of one performer as they bowed. They had done it. Not just impressed the judges, but left a mark. The music faded, and for a moment, all that remained was the echo of applause. As the lights dimmed, the performers hugged each other tightly. You could see the relief, the pride, the disbelief. Months of preparation, sleepless nights, and failed rehearsals. All worth it for this moment. Backstage, interviewers rushed in. "How do you do it?" they asked. The lead smiled and said, "It's not magic. It's love for what we do. Every costume tells a story. Every change has meaning. We want people to feel the music through what they see." Within hours, the video of their performance spread across the internet. The title read, "Quickest costume changes of all time," and millions clicked instantly. Social media exploded. Fans replayed every second, trying to figure out how it was done. Some slowed it down frame by frame. Others simply commented, "I don't care how, I just love it." Reaction videos appeared across YouTube. Fans screamed, laughed, cried, and replayed the same moment. The mid-spin change, the golden finale, the confetti drop. The performers became overnight sensations. Articles called them wardrobe wizards. A week later, they were invited to perform again on a grand finale stage. A bigger audience, brighter lights, and even more anticipation. This time, everyone knew what was coming, but that didn't make it any less magical. When the group appeared, the crowd went wild before they even started. The music began, the lights flickered, and once again, transformation after transformation. But this time, they added something new, story-driven costumes that symbolized time, love, and rebirth. Every outfit represented a stage of their journey. The struggle, the friendship, the victory. Their performance wasn't just about visual tricks, it was about evolution. And when the final change came, they stood in matching white and gold outfits, symbolizing unity and light. The crowd erupted again, louder than before. The host ran to the stage, shouting, "You've made history tonight." One of the judges simply said, "There are moments that remind you why you love this show. This is one of them." When the confetti fell again, the camera caught a single tear rolling down the lead performer's cheek. She looked up toward the lights, whispering, "We did it." That clip became the thumbnail of their story. A tear, a smile, and the golden light of achievement. The internet called it the perfect moment. Even months later, fans continued to comment, "I still can't figure out how they did it. This performance gives me chills every time." True magic. Not tricks, just talent. The wardrobe wizards didn't just perform a quick change act. They redefined it. Their performance became a symbol of creativity, teamwork, and dedication. Every thread, every beat, every second on that stage told a story of passion that no illusion could ever replace. And that's what made it unforgettable. Because sometimes, the greatest magic doesn't come from tricks. It comes from hard work, love, and the courage to create something no one's ever seen before. As the music fades and the video closes, the narrator's voice gently says, "Maybe it's not about how fast you change, but how deeply you move the world when you do." Performing Arts subscribe for more emotional performances, viral moments, and breathtaking song stories that remind us why art still feels like magic.